Hi everyone, welcome to the Lanzarote News and Weather. I'm Mike CJ, and I can kick off by talking about the weather, which I can describe for you in 3 words. Hot, hot, hot. And it has been stifling here. The temperature at the beginning of the week was in the low 30s. By Friday it reached 37 degrees. And we have an orange alert in place for high temperatures. And when we have an orange alert, that means that outdoor sports events are cancelled. You know, the issue isn't really the temperature during the day, which is very high, but it's the fact that it stays so hot at night. Last night, for example, it was 30 degrees until about 1 a.m. in the morning. And even at the coldest time of the day, which was 4:30 a.m., it only dropped to 26 degrees. So the houses really heat up here and make it difficult for those who don't have air conditioning to sleep at night. Anyway, on with the news, and bear in mind that you should stick around to the middle of this bulletin where I'll be giving your useful Spanish word or words of the week, and until the end to hear about 3 things you could be doing if you're on the island next week. So the first news story is that the craft fair at Playa Blanca attracted an astonishing 80,000 people. This is a brilliant event, takes place every year around the Dolores Playa Blanca pilgrimage. Now this craft fair, which ran from the 10th to the 15th of September, as I say, attracted 80,000 people. Now, normally at the craft fair, you have stall holders from all over the Canary Islands bringing their wares, demonstrating how they make them and selling them to the public. But this year we did have something a bit special, which was a group of crafters from San Antonio in Texas, with which Lanzarote is twinned, and they were there as well. So it was just amazing to see so many people visited what used to be a very small locals event on the island. Next up, we have the news that 8,698 properties in the Canary Islands have been identified as being illegally holiday let. And the Ministry of Housing and Urban Agenda has notified the platforms Airbnb, Booking.com and ones like that these properties need to be taken down, so they will be removing them in the very near future. Now, on Lanzarote, the numbers were relatively smaller, but still quite big numbers for this island. There were over 400 properties in Yaitsa area, which of course includes Playa Blanca, and another 420 odd in Tias, which includes Puerto del Carmen. So those properties will be coming down from those websites. I think it's a good thing for those owners who are doing things properly and legally, that they can, you know, it should remove some competition from them. Now, I've already talked about the super hot weather here. 2 Polish hikers had to be rescued by emergency services yesterday when they were hiking in the municipality of Aria, and they'd run out of water, which is a bit of a rookie mistake. And they'd become disorientated and didn't really know where they were or where they were going. So the emergency services went out to them, they gave them water to rehydrate them, they also gave them energy gels, and they accompanied them back to their car. So it all ended safely. But you know, it really is quite serious. If you do go hiking in Lanzarote, particularly on a very hot day, make sure you've got loads of water and sun hats and sun cream and all the things you might possibly need. Now let's give you your useful Spanish word or phrase of the week. And this one is where you want to tell somebody you like something. So imagine you just bought an ice cream from a shop, you taste it, or you even have a tasting in an ice cream shop, and you really like it. What you need to say is me gusta, me gusta. And that literally means it pleases me, me gusta. Now, what about the reverse of that? Well, it's dead simple. So if you don't like something, what you say is no me gusta. No me gusta, which means, as you can imagine, I don't like it. It does not please me. Okay, let's get back to the news now. And the first one is about the massive sports centre in Playa Blanca next to the bus station. Those of you who visit there regularly will know this thing sprung up over a period of time and then just stopped. I mean, the story behind it, in case you don't know it, is that the contractor went bust when the job was almost finished. And the Ayuntamiento of Playa Blanca have been working with the courts to find a way that they can pay their final balance that was due to the contractor in order to take control of the property so that they can start finishing off the job, if you like. The good news is the court have now agreed to a payment which they are making to the administrators, and they will then own the property and have control of it. The bad news is there's quite a bit more to be done than was originally thought. Basically all of the outside is done, but the interiors are only partly done. I mean, for example, where there are supposed to be seating, you know, there's a shell of seating in there. The electrical system isn't in yet, the air conditioning system isn't in yet. So they are going to tender for the remainder of that work as quickly as they can, but realistically it won't be opening until the summer of 2026. Obviously we'll be down there as soon as it opens, and we'll show it off to you, because it looks like it's going to be a really nice facility when it's finished. And finally, the airport, once again, I seem to be talking about these records every week in the news here, but the airport had another record month for visitors in August. The number was 825,901, which is 3.6% up on the previous record, which was last year. And I saw a stat this morning that I thought was interesting. So far this year, and bear in mind we're only in the middle of September, we've had more visitors through the airport than we had in the whole of 2015, 10 years ago. So, you know, that gives you an idea of the scale of growth over the last 10 years. And now the three things you could be doing if you're on the island next week. And remember, if these don't float your boat, just go to lanzaroteinformation.co.uk and press the button at the top that says what's on. And then you can see everything coming up for the next, well, however long you like. You can scroll on and on and on. But you can also put your dates in there. So, for example, if you're on the island from the 15th to the 22nd of October, you can put those dates in and see what's on the island while you're here. And the first event I'm going to talk about is on Sunday the 21st, and this is an end of summer pool brunch party at the Arenas Lounge in Puerto del Carmen. Now this is a lovely venue with a beautiful swimming pool, and you can chill out in the pool, listen to a DJ playing music, and they'll have a gourmet brunch that's being served. It's a minimum of 4 people, and as I say, it starts at 11:30 on Sunday the 21st. And next up on Friday the 26th, but it also runs on Friday the 3rd of October and Friday the 10th of October, it's Arrecife en Vivo. And this is just a fabulous live music event that takes place in Arrecife every year. This particular one, the one on the 26th, has music going on Islote de la Fermina, in the Parque Islas Canarias, in the marina Lanzarote in Arrecife, and also in the cruise port as well. So there's music going on from 6 p.m. until very, very late. You can see all the details on that What's On section on our website. And finally, if you prefer to be in Costa Teguise, there are live music events on Friday the 26th and Saturday the 27th next week. And these take place at Playa Las Cucharas, in that kind of open air amphitheatre facing the beach. And this is called the Music of Your Life, and it features tribute acts. So on the 26th and 22nd, there is a DJ, Pedro Diaz, who will be playing music. But on the 26th, there is a band called A Kind of Magic, which is a Queen tribute, that are playing from 8 p.m. And on Saturday the 27th, there's a band called Paradise playing, who are a tribute to Coldplay. And again, they're kicking off from 8 p.m. The DJ starts at 6:30, and the event is completely free of charge to go and attend. So if you fancy seeing some great music being played pretty much on the beach in Costa Teguise, that's the one to go to. Well, that's it, folks. Thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate you doing so. If you've liked this video, please give us a like. Have you got any questions about Lanzarote? Pop them in a comment below. I read every single comment, and I will be happy to answer your questions. So thanks once again for watching. Bye for now, everyone. Bye.